Hello, it's been a while, hasn't it? I'm recording on my PlayStation camera here. I cat who is trying to get fed again because I've spent a couple of days away from home in my just trying to get fed more because I'm a sucker, and she figures she's gonna milk it for all she's got until she's gone through the entire stock of food we have for her. Ah, you are kidding me. Come on. Okay. Well, I'm gonna assume that went alright. I don't know what it is with our connection in this house. It's perfectly good to play Overwatch without any issues, but apparently broadcasting is just too much to ask for stability wise. Not that it much matters a whole lot, because I normally only get one or two viewers. Anyway, I did take a little time to refamiliarize myself with the controls here, so hopefully I don't embarrass myself too badly. And I figure I've done enough messing around in this area. It's amazing how much mileage I got out of this area. I mean, essentially, if everything is an hour, I mean, 15 hours just here in the beginning area, and I mean, that's counting like an hour for each segment, you know. This is gonna come through as 15.7. I might have to rename it. I haven't reviewed my videos on YouTube because I just kind of wanted to start playing. Anyway, since the last time I did anything with this, I mean, there's been some life changes, not big ones. I'm not married or anything like that now. But, we essentially more or less have two new rooms of the house. It's occurred to me that the garage essentially now doubles as a den area where everybody has set up their. It's gotten to a point where, since everybody goes out there to smoke, I don't smoke, but a lot of everybody that I knew, everybody who lives here did at some point. They're all quitting more or less now. But they built out the it's a two-car garage, and they built out the one side of the garage into such a den-like area that I look at it right now, and it's kind of crazy because it's like, you know what? This has three chairs. They've jury-rigged a table out of an apple bucket, and like they've got their whole setup here. It's essentially a den area. There's just I mean, it's part of the garage, but it's kind of not part of the garage. It's like half the garage is just a den area. And you know what? I think that's kind of cool. And then we also have a greenhouse, more or less. It's a little crappy portable greenhouse. I mean, it's not crappy. Well, okay, let me qualify that. It's from Flower House. I got it off of Amazon, and when I was setting it up, they say, oh, you can just set it up in 20 minutes or less. And it's like, I believe them, but I recommend having two people because it'll take you 5 minutes if you don't have to fight with it yourself. And to be brutally honest, I should probably check to make sure I don't have any active quests left over. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna continue on with the story then here. So, what I'm gonna do... Let's set this... I don't have that is my active quest. So, anyway. No, we're not gonna fast travel.
Everything in order?
Yep.
Anyway, it's the greenhouse is from Flower House. I accidentally put a pole through one of the seams, but it doesn't seem to have let any bugs in. It's like spring loaded. The season ends and you just roll it up and put it in something the size of like a spare tire holder type deal, which is kind of cool, but it's waterproof, it's clear. It's actually really cool to go in there and just chill out and watch the rain fall from above.
We're practically running on fumes at this point.
Oh, heavens. But, well, I say I really enjoy having that. I haven't had it for that long, but it's survived some pretty nasty storms that we've had with some really big hail and high winds and that kind of stuff. So apparently all of the maple trees that we have in the backyard that I was afraid were just going to drop all of the branches because they are sugar maples, which are soft maples, and they tend to just drop everything you could possibly imagine if they get hit with a stiff breeze, but apparently that's not happening anymore, or at least it hasn't happened yet. And I'm going to end up closing my door here because apparently everybody's coming home. Oof. So, but between the maples protecting the top and the magical wind trap, that means that we get the leaves of all three maples, along with everybody else's in the neighborhood, seems to have sheltered it pretty well, which is pretty amazing. I was expecting that it was just like, oh my gosh, I've had this thing for less than 2 weeks, and it's already going to be completely trashed, and it wasn't, so that's cool. So I've got like a little space heater.
It's quite comforting to see other people about.
And that was recommended by Amazon. Apparently a lot of people buy them together. We're going to refuel. But, so, essentially, again, in another room of the house, so, but, heck, was this here before? Rent. Rent what? I'm betting that that's a chocobo rental. I do not need that. So... Anyway, 2 new rooms of the house, more or less, which I think is pretty cool.
Welcome to Golden Key.
So full right now.
Are we staying here? Just so you know, I'm cool with camping.
What's all this about the port closing?
Some kind of hold-up, Altisha. Guess we have to stay in.
Anyway, it is kind of that point of the night where
Everything will be up and running by morning.
am not necessarily the most chatty.
Some kind of hold-up, Altisha. Guess we have to stay another night.
As promised, I'm in the process of securing your ferry tickets right now. Told you, I'm a man of integrity. Should be smooth sailing from here. So let me know when you're ready to ship out.
I admit I didn't expect Dino to secure us a ship.
Well, must be pretty connected if he can pull some strings around an Imperial embargo.
Yeah, that guy's one artful artisan.
You guys ready to set sail?
Yeah.
Already? The ship won't arrive till tomorrow. How about you find a place to spend the night?
It's bedtime.
Yeah.
I shudder to think how much this would cost if I,
Perfect timing.
You know what? This is kind of nice here. Let me see if I can save this one. I don't remember if I managed to clear out my feed. I know that was something that I was going to try to do, to post them all to my Twitter and then pull them all off again, which is kind of a pain because Twitter is not the greatest place to post something because of whatever compression they were doing at the time. Oh, crap.
Hey, morning.
Where's Specs?
Should be back any minute now.
What's that look for?
It's in all the papers.
What is?
Insomnia Falls.
What? This your idea of a joke?
I need you to calm down so I can explain.
I'm as calm as I'm gonna get.
There was an attack. The Imperial Army has taken the Crown City.
As treaty room tempers flared, blast lit the night sky. When the smoke about the Citadel had cleared, the king was found dead.
No, wait. Hold on.
We had no way of knowing
What? Knowing what?
that the signing was last night. That insomnia...
But the wedding! Altissia!
I know. That was the plan. Yet the reports of the invasion are all the same. How could every headline in the kingdom be wrong?
Lies.
If only.
What else do we know? Well, then we can't be sure until we see it with our own eyes.
And that means we go back to Insomnia.
Might not be safe for us there.
Might not be safe for us here.
Turn back.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first thing I do when I get back control is change out of that mariachi outfit. Let's start with that here, because I had that for the stats and because it seemed to keep people from complaining about the heat and stuff. But there are things that have better stats that don't completely obliterate the gravity of the goings-on. I'm sorry, that's just for my own enjoyment. I'm gonna ditch the mariachi outfit and just do something not mariachi outfit. If you derived enjoyment from that, I guess let me know in the comments or something.
I hope everyone's okay.
A lot of good hoping's gonna do.
We mustn't lose faith.
Really? Can faith stop a fleet of
Give it a rest.
My old man had plenty of faith.
Enough.
The Empire lied. They betrayed us.
Conjecture gets us nowhere. We're searching for truth.
All you'll find are lies. Like that ceasefire.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's not letting me access the menu.
Look at the size of those things.
Imperial dreadnoughts. They transport soldiers, namely the Magitech infantry.
The robots?
Mass-produced humanoid weapons of warfare, to be more precise.
Doesn't look like they'll be signing that peace treaty. Up ahead!
They've set up an inspection point.
If the road ahead's blocked, then we find a way around.
Let's make a detour. There ought to be a decent vantage point up ahead.
Alrighty. Is everybody wet? Everybody is wet in the menu. That is amazing. I was not expecting everybody to be wet in the menu. Now here's a question. Does it change when I change the clothes? Let's see here. I could go with this, or... You know what, we'll just go with this. It does stay. You know what, I don't think it matters a whole lot. There we go. luckily I've been all the way through here before, so...
There they are. Want to take them out?
Hey, they are weak to gun, shield, and fire, so what I'm gonna do...
Scrap heaps are gonna wish they had a treaty to protect him.
Okay, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna switch away from poison on Prompto here. And we are going to give him the auto crossbow instead, because I don't think these guys are actually weak to poison. Oh, come on. Don't give me that. Are there any more left? No, there can't be, because... So just to give you a little... perspective on my equipment at this point. I have all the DLC at this point. So, the Ragnarok is DLC. It pretty much is the best thing that I could possibly have at this point in the game. Okay, it is the best thing I could have in this point of the game. That has a devastating warp strike. The Gay Bolg has a devastating warp strike. The Mage Mashers supposedly give elemental defense when equipped, but their stats do not appear to reflect that at all, so for whatever reason, that was either, I don't know if that was just never implemented or patched out or what it is, but they're good daggers anyway. And then the Masamune, again, it does extra damage for stuff. I do have other items here. The Blaze Fire Saber is not as good as the Ragnarok, but it has some not bad stat boosts of its own. So, I mean, when it comes right down to it, the MP loss is just not that big a deal. The vitality loss isn't that big a deal necessarily for the point of the game that I'm in. I'm sitting very pretty for the point of the game that I'm in. If you look at everybody's stats with all of the things that I've managed to break things with, I mean, I can stick with the Blaze Fire Saber for right now, I guess. I'm not that desperately in need of the extra damage either. Best offense is a good best defense is a good offense in my opinion, but we'll run with that for why not. Still don't have a shield. I do have the guide. He doesn't get that until we leave this area, so he's just kind of stuck with that, which is kind of a pain, but whatever. You can see I've got Garnic bracelets equipped that I have from all of my travels. The Key of Prosperity, I don't know where I got these. I don't remember if I bought them or I don't think they were maybe they were DLC. I honestly don't remember where I got them, but there's a whole bunch of really great things, and you've got this would be really great. The Ring of Resistance. This would be really great if I were really heavily involved in using the magic that I've crafted. I honestly don't think there's a real good reason to go too deep into that right now, outside of, you know, the hunts and that kind of thing. Good thing to have around, though. This is a big thing for, like, if you're doing a low-level run. Not my thing. This came through along with what I have for Noctis here. The tech bar filling, but doesn't let Armiger fill. I have no Armiger to fill right now, so it's just like, yes please. Whereas the Armiger Accelerator does the opposite. You've got all of these fanfares that give you bonuses for good battle results. This is kind of nice here, but not the biggest deal because stamina from dashing is so easy to mitigate, and I did look things up in the guide, and actually I did the entire page for the abilities in Final Fantasy Wiki, so all of the text that you see there, unless somebody else went in and did something after, is all of mine, because I basically did a guess and check based on the game text versus what was in the guide for what things actually do. And unfortunately, according to the guide, the abilities that you get to mitigate your stamina usage only work for running, not hanging, which is kind of a pain in the butt. Not gonna lie. Oh, hey! Hello, person. Okay, goodbye, person. Well, that's a thing. Yeah, Ignis, I mean, we've got equipment for him, we've got equipment for Prompto. This is pretty much just... I have the best of what is available at this time on my party. Oh. And I cannot see it unless I'm on it. Ow. Okay, that did not help at all. Okay, that could have gone a lot better. I think I'm gonna switch to sword here just for the extra bit of defense. I don't anticipate needing it further.
We should seek a vantage point. The hill.
Oh, now I get wait mode. Oh, hey, daggers. Okay. Hey, spear and daggers. Okay. I can work with that.
Empty humanoid soldiers. Soldiers.
Gotcha!
This one's just
Nothing personal.
That's great. Oh, a drain lance. That's okay. I guess they weren't expecting me to get the machines quite yet. What does this do? Okay, this is going to Ignis first and foremost, because Drain Lance, unique poem crafted. It absorbs the elemental powers of depleted foes. Well, you know, 33 versus, what do I have here? Well, it certainly does things for my MP, doesn't it? But that's going to Iggy.
As the ceasefire discussions between the two nations, all provisional terms have been suspended in light of recent developments. Moreover, in the wake of the news of King Regis's death, we've now received word that Crown Prince Noctis and the Oracle Lunafreya have also been pronounced dead.
Keep it on.
Don't bother! Hello? Cor?
So, you made it.
The hell's going on?
Where are you?
Outside the city, with no way back in.
Makes sense.
Makes sense? Are you serious? What about any of this makes sense? The news just told me I'm dead, along with my father and Luna.
Listen, I'm heading out to Hammerhead. About the king. It's true. If you're looking for the whole truth, you know where to find me. Get moving.
Right.
What did the Marshal have to say?
Said he'd be in Hammerhead.
And the king?
Whew. Okay. So I'm going to call this session here, at least if there isn't more cutscene after this, because then I'll just include that in this here. But I'll go in, fix my numbering if necessary, and just go ahead with that. And hopefully I haven't lost a whole bunch of the broadcast, so that's another thing that I'll be reviewing, because pardon that initial right at the beginning of the video telling me that my connection wasn't good enough to broadcast is just what? I hate to say it, but the router is in my room. It is literally 10 feet away from...
Don't suppose the Crown's Guard is still active?
I wouldn't count on it. Not with the Marshal out here.
I wonder how things are in the city.
There should be reports before long.
Yeah, something this big can't go ignored.
And what about us? What do we do?
We make for Hammerhead now, and figure the rest out later. Got a message from my sister. She's with refugees bound for Lestalem.
Well, at least Iris is okay.
Yeah. Doesn't sound like everyone else was so lucky, though.
We'd best make haste. Noct won't be dead forever.
No going back. Only ways forward.
No going back. Let's go.
Hey.
Glad y'all made it. No weather for driving, that's for sure.
Oh, thanks.
Where's Cor?
Left to see to business. And left y'all a message with Pawpaw.
Yeah?
Boss ain't sat still 1 second since he heard y'all were coming.
Okay. So, just one last thought before I do cut this short here. That Ring of the Luci and Luna having it is something that I guess you don't really need a whole bunch of context with. I'll explain it though. That's the Royal Ring, which obviously indicates as another thing that the king is dead. So that all has to do with the movie, which I'll admit I tried watching and I just could not watch it, because people say like, oh, you know, you'll miss so much of like what's going on if you don't watch the movie. Get the Cliff's Notes. It's not a good movie, it's not a well-written movie, it's a very pretty movie. It's easy to forget that it's CG a lot because the human characters look so real. But at the same time, it has some serious writing issues, and it's all spectacle, no substance, for as far as I watched. And it's a real shame, because it looks great. But, like I said, I just could not sit down and watch it, because it's just like, they started killing off characters like 5 minutes in, I swear to God, and just... tried to make you care about them after the fact, like, it just didn't make sense. It's like, I mean, what was happening made sense, but I kind of already knew what was going to happen because I got spoilers and that kind of stuff. And it's just spoil yourself. Save yourself the time. If you want a pretty but very mindless movie with lots of action, and you don't care about writing, it's okay for you. But if you're somebody like me who is really in anything that any media I consume for the story and the writing, I'm a writer myself, so bad writing just grates on me, and I cannot physically sit down and watch it. It's just not a well-written movie. It's a well-directed movie, it's a pretty movie, the action is amazing, but the RPG portion of it is just not good enough, in my opinion. So, if you want to know what all happens in it, there are plenty of places, or you can rent it and decide for yourself. I'm not gonna say don't rent it. If you honestly have any interest in it, go for it. I just could not sit down and watch it. So, I'm gonna cut this short, and I'm gonna, like I said, go on YouTube, potentially fix my numbering, and then we'll be back.